Hi guys, welcome to a Guru channel. So in this video, I am going to discuss about introduction to electrical circuits. So first we will start with the electrical circuit. But guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get more videos. So let us go to the introduction to electrical circuits. So electrical circuit is nothing but it is an assemblage of source, load, connecting medium and switch. Nothing but it is combination of the four elements source, load, connecting media and switch. So here we can see a simple electrical circuit. It is having a source of DC battery and a load of lamp. Lamp comes under resistive load. So and a switch which can control the flow of electric current. So here the connecting media is so wire. So like that it is a simple electrical circuit which is having the four elements source, load, connecting media and switch. So the common sources are voltage source and current source, and also we are having the independent sources and dependent sources. So that I will explain in upcoming videos. And the loads are the generalized loads are resistive load, inductive load and capacitive load. So the bulbs, heaters, iron box comes under resistive load, and all motors comes under inductive load. Coming to the capacitive loads, nothing but the capacitors itself it comes under the capacitive loads. And the connecting media is the commonly used connecting media for house wiring is copper wire. In transmission lines they will use conductors are of ACSR, aluminum conductor, steel reinforced and solid conductors, stranded conductors. So they are used in the transmission lines. So that is the connecting medium. And switch. So switch might be a mechanical switch or power semiconductor switch. That different types of power conductor switches also there. So this is a brief view of electrical circuit. That is a combination of the four parameters. So next we will see the basic terms in electrical engineering. So these terms must be known to every engineer. So whether he is electrical, electronics, mechanical, any other stream. So first we will start with the basic term, basic parameter charge. So charge is nothing but the excess or deficit of electrons in an atom is called charge. Nothing but if we are adding the electrons to the atom, so that will become the negatively charged body, because we are giving the negative charge, we are adding the negative charge. If you are removing the electrons, if you are removing the negative charge, it will become positively charged body. So that we can see. So from this diagram, so here I am taking an atom is having 6 positive charges and 6 negative charges. So when both positive and negative charges are equal, so that object is called as the neutral object and the net charge is 0. So here by doing some work I am removing the some of the valency electrons from the atom. So if you are removing the negatively charged particles, the positive charged particles in the atom will increase. So here we can see, so here it is not 8 positive charge carriers, it is 6 positive charge carriers, and from 6 negative charge carriers I am removing the 2. This is 4 negative charge carriers. The net charge is plus 2, nothing but it is a positively charged body. It can have a capacity to attract the negatively charged body. So similarly we can see the negatively charged body. If I am adding the negative charged carriers to the atom, the net negative charge will increase. Nothing but here I am adding 3 electrons. The negative charges are 9, positive charges are 6, the net charge is minus 3. This object is called as the negative charged body. So likewise the basic the basic categories of charge is positive charge and negative charge, so that we can see here. The unit of charge is coulomb, so that comes after a scientist name Coulomb. So 1 coulomb is equal to 6.28 into 10 power 18 electrons, or 1 coulomb can be defined as it is the charge carried by a current of 1 ampere in 1 second. So that can be defined from this equation. The charge is equal to current multiplied by time. So 1 coulomb of charge is equal to it is charge carried by a current of 1 ampere in 1 second. So here, so when you are removing the electrons, or if you are adding the electrons, we have to do some work in order to remove the electrons or add the electrons. The work done for adding or removing the electrons is stored in the form of potential in a charged body. So that we can see here by taking an example of the comb. So this example is known to all of us. So when the comb is neutral, it will not attract any pieces of paper. So when the comb is rubbed to the hair, it can have a capacity to attract the pieces of paper. What is happening is, when the comb is rubbed to the hair, the electrons transfer is taken place from hair to comb. Nothing but the comb will become negatively charged body because the electrons are transferring from hair to comb. So it can have a capacity to attract the positive charged particles, nothing but the pieces of paper. So a neutral comb would not attract any pieces of paper because it is neutrally charged. So when we are doing some work, nothing but when we are adding some electrons, we are rubbing the comb to the hair, we are doing some work. So that work is stored in the form of charge, in the form of a potential. So the comb is negatively charged body that can attract the positive pieces of paper. So that we will call it as a potential. The generalized example for potential is, so daily sportsmen, they are doing warm up, nothing but daily morning they are going for so jogging, stretching, so like that. So then with that workout, they can have a capacity to play for hours. So that is a general example of potential. So whatever the work they are doing, the time of workout, that is stored in the form of potential. So then, so those bodies is having a capacity to do extra work. So that is potential. So potential is nothing but the capacity of a charged body to do work. The formal definition of potential is work done in bringing a unit positive charge from an infinite distance to a point in an electric field against the electric field. The unit of potential is volt, and the potential is nothing but work done per unit charge. So 1 volt is equal to 1 joule per 1 coulomb. So next, potential difference. As name indicates, it is difference of potentials of two charged bodies. So that is the potential difference, and the unit of potential difference is also volts, because volts minus volts will gives the volts only. So next we will see the EMF. So EMF is nothing but electromotive force. As name indicates, it motivates the electrons to flow in a particular direction. So that is called it as EMF. So EMF is nothing but the force which drives the electrons to flow in a particular direction. So here in this circuit, the battery is EMF, electromotive force. The negative terminal will repel the electrons, the positive terminal attract the electrons. So then the electrons transfer taking place from negative terminal to positive terminal because of this EMF. This EMF will motivate the electrons to flow in a particular direction from negative to positive, and the direction of current is taken opposite to the flow of electrons. So this assumption is made for the simple calculations purpose. While analyzing the circuit, if you are taking the current direction opposite to the electron flow of direction, the analysis will be easy. So next is current. The current is nothing but the rate of transfer of charged particles in a given cross-sectional area is called it as current. Rate of transfer of charge, that means dq by dt. I is equal to dq by dt. So the unit of current is coulomb per second or ampere. So from this equation, 1 ampere can be defined as it is 1 coulomb of charge transferred in 1 second. So then we can say 1 ampere of current is flowing. So voltage and current, EMF and current are basic parameters, but they are not enough to analyze a device, analyze a circuit. So we will take an example of simple bulb, 80 watt, a 60 watt bulb, 100 watt bulb. 100 watt bulb glows more brighter. 100 watt bulb more brighter than the 60 watt bulb. So like that, we will take a device with respect to the power rating. If we are buying a motor, so we will say the power rating of the motor. Likewise, so we need power, we need to know about the power, because most of the devices expressed in terms of, categorized in terms of power. And for energy also, the electricity department, so tariff will be charged on the basis of the energy consumed. So like that, so power and energy is also plays an important role. The general definition for power is rate of work done is called it as power. The rate of doing work is called it as power. The power is equal to dW by dt. So from that, the power is equal to dW by dt. So that we can write it as dW by dq and dq by dt. So power P is equal to dW by dq, dq by dt. So that we can write it as power is equal to voltage multiplied by current. The unit of power is work done, rate of doing work, that means joules per second or watt. Comes to the energy, so the total amount of work done in a given time is called it as the energy. It is the sum of work done in a given time, the cumulative work done in a given time. So that cumulative can be expressed in mathematical terms with integration. So W is equal to integral T0 to T or 0 to T P dt. So that is the expression for energy. So the unit of energy is joule. So these are the basic terms which are used in electrical engineering for analysis of any network. In the next video we will see the different types of elements present in a electrical circuit. Thank you guys having your time.